I was dating my 55-year-old boss. He's now ruined my life. It is January 1st and this is my confession. This was my first job. He was after me the moment he laid his eyes on me. I was hired on the spot as an intern. He is C-suite and is well known in the industry I work in. From the get-go I was pressured into attending corporate events outside of office with him, alone, though that was not what I was hired for. And he pursued me. I did not know what he was doing until he started to get possessive and obsessive over me. I don't know how I let myself fall for him. He is my father's age. He was incredibly adamant and love-bombed me within a month of knowing me and I fell for it. It's crazy what I'm about to say, but he poured all of him into me. He would hyperventilate if I missed a phone call, would freak out if something ever gave him the slightest notion that I might leave him. He would carry my worn t-shirts with him on trips to sniff them. He'd get offended if he was ever holding my hand and I let go of it, and even if I'd ever say no to him hand-feeding me food. He'd constantly hold me very invasively in public, almost as if to show ownership, and wouldn't stop if I became reluctant. I was constantly smothered by his affection. He told me he's going to spend the rest of his life with me, that he didn't care if everybody found out because that's how madly he's in love with me. He even made me meet his friends and wanted me to meet his parents and son, his son who is older than me. He babied me so much, that really dug deep into my father wound and he knew exactly what he was doing. If I ever spoke up about being troubled, or scared about everybody finding out about us or just anything conflict-inducing, he would punish me by completely cutting contact with me. He would stop picking my calls, and stop giving me work. I would get fucked on both ends, personal and professional. Every time I'd let go and stop giving him attention/look to shift departments, he would come back and make his way back into my head again to make me stay. Only to abandon me in the end. I have cried and cried and cried for letting myself fall for his tricks every time, for letting myself be manipulated. I am so naive. I reached a breaking point and put my foot down at work with HR saying I need to be shifted to another department immediately and can't continue working under him. I was an employee on probation and not an intern anymore. To take revenge for leaving him, he proceeded to call an HR meeting and completely berated me. Apparently I am an incompetent employee who's good for nothing. It was an attack on my character and he insulted me, made fun of my work and just humiliated me. He kept going on and on until I burst into tears. The industry I am in is a small world with everything quite literally hanging on to word of mouth, and I have a feeling that he's badmouthed me, because I am not able to get a job elsewhere. I am just 22 and I let him walk all over me, chew me up and spit me out. I tried to pursue a work sexual harassment case on him, but it was deemed invalid as I was initially consenting to the relationship. He won big time. I am such a dumb fucking loser.